What up, what up, what up, what up? Back once again. It's the host with the most, your soon to be favorite, the mighty J.O.E. Tapping in real quick, man. Just want to discuss what's going on a little bit in the hip hop world. But before I do, man, once again, man, please, man, check out the page and please hit the like and subscribe button. Please hit the like and subscribe. Man, the first few subscribers, man, leave a comment, man, and we'll go from there. I'll have something for you. Best believe that. But anyway, man, I just want to take the time out and to ask y'all what y'all think about my man Jim Jones saying that he's got a better catalog than 90% of the rappers in New York. What y'all think about that, man? How y'all feel about old Jim Jones, man? Is he just running his goddamn mouth, just trying to get in the algorithm, just trying to stir up something? Like, he's kind of been known to do. What you think about his catalog, man? What y'all think about old Jim Jones catalog? Can he compete with 90% of the rap, or is he better than 90% of New York artists out there? How does his catalog match up against I guess anybody, against Nas, Cam, Jay-Z, hell, some of his own co-hosts, Fab, Fat Joe, Fat Joe not his co-host, Nori. Where y'all think old Jim fit in, or he just blowing smoke out his ass as usual? Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I just think he just talking, man. I ain't trying to hate, man. He had a couple songs, man, like I think Pop Champagne, and of course the anthem We Fly High. He might have had another one, but I mean, I don't know how many gold and platinum certifications that he actually got, but I know about We Fly High and Pop Champagne or something like that with Ron Browns. Other than that, he may have one more, man, but if so, maybe with the Diplomats or some shit. But I'm just talking about Jim Jones solo. Yeah, I totally disagree, man. I ain't trying to say he the worst, but he definitely not better than 90% of the rappers in New York. Not none of his peers, man. Even the people that's before him. But I'm gonna just keep it. He way down the list when talking about fucking with his peers. If you want to put him in there with Nori, hell, his own bandmate, Juelz, Cam. Of course, Nas and Jay. That's something different. Fat Joe, Jadakiss, Styles P. Man, come on, man. Fabulous. Man, I could go on and on, man. If you can list 50 New York artists right now, in your mind, where do Jim Jones fit at in that top 50? Man, he definitely in mind the Lord had maybe the last 10 somewhere. I don't know, just depends who we put up there, man. But he don't stack well against a lot of people, man. He has gotten better, throughout the years and shit. But come on, Jim, man. Jim know how to like ruffle a couple feathers, man. Like I think he got, I think MC Shan, popping off about something, about what he said, MC Shan, an old head, from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just talking about, someone closer to him, yeah, no, Shan ain't have no gold and platinum plaques or nothing like that, but he did his thing back in the day. But I'm just talking about, I think no one else really answered because nobody ain't really tripping off that shit because they know Jim, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that shit even warrant a response, really. That's just how I feel about that shit. That's the shit like the wind, it'll blow over and Nobody ain't thinking about that shit next week, man. But I just think, as usual, Jim just trying to get something started, just like what he challenged Cam, maybe a month or so ago, about a versus. And Cam, like, Cam about business, man. I don't think Cam really like it gotta be money involved, especially with fucking with Jim, man. I noticed Cam, I think he's pretty much done even uh performing with them guys. I heard him on a podcast say like they free the unite as the diplomats, but he won't be there. So that tells a lot right there. I think I think he's all right with him. He don't have no hard feelings with him, but I just think so much occurred in the past that between him and Jim, he ain't fucking with him, man. And I think that's what Jim partly bitter about, especially him and his Cam relationship with Mace. So he's always poking and shit at Cam and shit. So that's why I say this just another attempt to just get people stirred up, man. Get in the algorithm. So you know how that go. And besides that, another thing I wanted to tap in about is Jay-Z's last performance last night at Yankee Stadium. I heard they had trouble. Security allegedly had trouble. It's like almost like a 4-hour delay. But I think the fucked up thing about it, what I heard is that even the people that had paid, some of them couldn't even get in. So that shit sucked, cause especially if they travel, that's money they can't even get back, man. They were saying something about people tried to bum rush like a security breach or some shit, but I would think, man, that shit was probably heavily guarded like fucking Fort Knox, man. I just think the shit was a delay because maybe some of the guest artists, main guest artists that was there probably was running late and they were just fucking stalling. So they had to say something, man. But that part was fucked up. But I heard the show did when it got going, man. The show was another successful night, man. I think Beyonce again, Rihanna, Fat Joe, Jeezy, Mary J did show up this time. I think she did Can't Knock the Hustle, whatever the song she was on. Pharrell, the clips came out, heard some Grinding, and Usher. So yeah, man, they said the show was lit, man. It was definitely lit. They said they did everything, and I think Pharrell had a few words for Drake. Said they didn't woke him up and he cut his hair and got his helmet on. Now he's ready for war. So we'll see what that's about. Maybe insinuate, man, nigga probably finna drop some new music or something. And of course, if that happens, already, talking about, I'm sure he's gonna be taking some shots at Drake, so he can go with that. But how about y'all? How y'all feel about that? Or do you really even give a shit about that? Me, nah. I could do without that one, I could really do without a motherfucking Jay-Z album, but hey, that ain't my call, man. It is what it is, man. But glad for others people couldn't get in, man. I heard another successful night. I'm glad on that, man. He capped it off with another great performance, man. A lot of star power, So hats off to all of them, man. Hats off to Jay-Z. 30-year Reasonable Doubt, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan, but I'm definitely not a hater either. You know what I'm talking about? So much respect, man, and much love to that album. That was the beginning, for what we see now. You know what I'm talking about? So no doubt, man, dude came a long way. You know. So and that's what it's about. You know. But anyway, man, what y'all think about how the weekend turned out for him? Y'all let me know. And like I say, man, I'm in this. Appreciate y'all for checking it out. Please hit that like button and please subscribe. Until next time.